Morning, guys. It's 0650 hours Australian Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday morning, and I'm off to work. Last 4 Sundays I've been heading off to work. Just getting close to Christmas period and it all goes absolutely stupid. But at least I'm making the money. Just going to talk today about how many of you guys are bumping into people, family members that just argue with you about Bitcoin. It's a scam, it's a lie, you're going to lose all your money. I'm thinking, do you know, it's been going on for about, approximately 15 years. Started at about 10 cents, if not less. Look at it now. It's still going on, it's a scam. There's people still putting money on it. Going short. Losing a lot of money, like some amounts. Going into a bull run, they're betting short. They're losing all their money. I don't know. I don't know what it is with people. I've had people say to me, well, just stick to the fiat currency. I go, you know the fiat currency is fake. You know that. Or I've had one person actually say to me, no, it's attached to the gold standard. And I look at them and I'm thinking, where are you getting your information from? It detached from the gold standard back in about 1971. Over 50 years ago, it detached from gold. Now they just print as much as they want. They don't even print it. Like, really, I've said this before, when you go to a bank and get a house loan, they don't give you wads of cash, do they? It's all done digitally. It's done digitally. It's not even there. They make a killing out of you. But yeah, I don't know, people are really just stuck on the fact that no matter what, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, I'm thinking, look, we're going into a new era. You know, this is like Bronze Age to Steel Age to Industrial Age. Not in the correct order. Roughly is, but there's a lot of ages in between. Right? Now we're going into the information age. Times are changing. A lot of people aren't adapting to that change. You know, they just don't want to believe it. I don't exactly know what it's all about, but they don't want to believe it. Now I'm just wondering, is it worth really trying to convince them? I don't know. In another way, I was actually listening to a chat last night. I can't remember whose channel it was, but there's a large chunk of the planet that's still not associated with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. A large chunk. Now, we're going to have a big entry by the big boys, the BlackRocks, the Fidelities. A lot of them are coming in for their exchange-traded funds, ETFs. They're coming in as the middlemen. So they're going to handle your Bitcoin. You're going to invest in it. You're not actually physically, I don't think you're actually physically going to handle your Bitcoin. Right? They're going to manage it. And the money you put in, they're going to keep hold of that Bitcoin. But they're going to give you a small cut of the profits. And they're going to take out a fee. Right? Which, fair enough, because, you know, I sort of look at that and I say to myself, well, there's a lot of people that don't like sitting next to a computer or watching, you know, podcasts and channels and doing their research. There's a lot of people that don't like them. So, okay, no worries. Do the ETF with the BlackRock. That's, you know, if you want to get involved in it, that's probably a good thing. I personally wouldn't. I'm over the middlemen thing. I don't trust middlemen. I don't trust politicians. Lately, I haven't even trusted doctors. I've lost trust in them. Lawyers. Call me a bit of a matrix person if you wish, but I am a bit blue pill, red pill. Very muggy in Australia, very humid, fogging up constantly, delivering plants. That's why you see green things next to me for the bees. So yeah, call me a bit of a Matrix person. I am a bit of the Matrix. Like, people are a little bit naive about what's going on out there. Like, the military turned me Matrix because I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of shit other people didn't see, and it makes me sort of question. I've got friends. Camera's going on a bit of a tilt. I've got friends that are more so, ours is not to question why, ours is but to do or die. And they've said that to me. And I actually pulled my mate up and I said, oh, don't you question it? He goes, no, my job's not to question. I don't get paid to ask questions. And I thought, that was just an eye-opener for me, that one. I look at him and I said, wow. What do you say to that? I could get into a bit more detail, some of the stuff that was involved. But people, people go, vets that come back, they go, well, why don't they talk? It's because no one listens. They say they listen. People say they listen, but they don't listen. It's all bullshit. Because they don't want to hear what that person's got to say. It opposes their narrative and things. They said, no, that's not true. We're not like that. Our governments aren't like that. We're not like that, No, that's what we're like. So I'm not just a Bitcoiner because I'm there to make money. I actually believe in it. You can call me a conspiracy theorist if you want, but it's a bit hard. Like, my God, how humid is it? Clouds are welling up too, so I think we're going to get a bit of rain. Guys, so look, that's why I invest in Bitcoin. The system needs to change. The whole system needs to change. It's corrupt as crazy. You've got to question things. Some of the anti-Bitcoiners, they're banking people. I like, they're up there with lawyers and politicians, doctors even these days, scientists. They all lie. Some of the banking people are, they're some of the big boys that are against the cryptocurrencies. But, they won't be for long. I believe a lot of them are going to join up. But what they'll want to do is they'll create themselves as middlemen. That's what they'll do. Then they'll drag money out of you that way. They can't defeat Bitcoin in one way, so they'll become a part of the system. The old ideology. If you can't beat them, join them. That's what's going on. All right, guys. That's all I had to say to that. Just wondering how to, just one more thing. There was this Cuban girl. She got into Bitcoin. She was talking about her parents, and she couldn't convince her parents into, joining up with Bitcoin. She couldn't do it. And her parents were saving up for a house. And Cuban banks are on an absolute disaster there. The banks have collapsed. Parents' savings dropped down to enough to buy a push bike. And you couldn't convince them. I had a chat with Mum this morning. I had a chat with my mother this morning. And she said, you've got to understand a lot of these people have been hurt. And I was thinking, well, it doesn't matter if you've been hurt or not, you've got to start adapting. Now, if you've been hurt and you can't adapt anymore, you're not going to survive. Oh, you will survive, but it won't be good. But then those sort of people, they'll look at the ones that are doing well and say, well, how did they do that? Why are they doing that? Why are they going well and I'm not? Well, because you didn't adapt. End of story. That's what it is. You didn't adapt. You have to adapt to the times. Times are changing. We're leaving the industrial age. I believe we were in a sort of industrial age. We're just on the edge of leaving it. I don't know if there's any ages in between, but now that's it. We're in the information age. Information, artificial intelligence. Completely new period is coming. And you've got to adapt to it. You've got no choice, because it's not going to take prisoners. I'll I'll tell you that now. That's it, guys. That's all I had to say today. Basically, like the old military saying goes, adapt or die. Just the way it is. See you later. Chat later.